Hello everyone and welcome back to another video game review with the best boys Getselious and Sithscott.
Hello.
And this time around we'll be reviewing a well expressive and well animated point adventure game called Lost in Play. Scott, give them the detail about Lost in Play, if you would please.
Certainly. Lost in Play was a game that was developed by Happy Juice Games and published by Joystick Ventures.
Yep. We recently, a while back before the game was released, we played the demo of the game and we enjoyed it. And the game came out earlier last week on August 10th, and we've been playing the game and we put it. You can check the gameplay videos of it, so it goes a little further, and it's really fun. But before we get into talking about the review, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell as well, and we'll start with the review. So, as we do with all the reviews, let's talk about the most important thing in the review. Let's talk about the graphics and aesthetics of this game. It's just goddamn gorgeous. It's just well animated across the place.
Honestly, the graphics and the aesthetics are probably the best part of this game. And that's saying a lot because there's a lot of good stuff in this game.
Yeah, it looks like and gives you a reminiscence of a Saturday morning like cartoon or an adventure. Like it doesn't like all the point and click games that has been made lately or I've been recently playing. If you check out my stream, twitch.tv/ Getselious underscore Grand Fandango, noir fantasy bit there. A couple of months ago, played Blackwell series. That's a little dark. This one is just upbeat and whimsical. Or, Randall's Monday I recently played, sarcastic and funny. Or it's like, how to put this? I didn't think you can play a point click game that looks like this and also feels this way too.
Yeah, 100%. It definitely feels as it looks, which is a whimsical little feeling, but it's also just like, I wouldn't say casual, but it feels kind of relaxing for a point and click game.
Yeah,
Even when you're, getting chased and attacked by like evil mountain bears.
mountain bears, ducks, the whole nine yards. And I guess with that, I guess we're gonna give a score to the graphics and aesthetics. I gotta give it a 5. It feels good
Five.
all around. Yeah, it's just perfect. It just feels good all around. All right, so the next thing we want to talk about would be the audio and sound effects. So the the there is no voice acting in this game. It's all like gibberish speak, like from Animal Crossing or The Sims games like those.
Yeah. I actually think that that works in its favor though, because it doesn't need to have dialogue to explain the situation.
No, it's like the art and the visuals are so strong that they literally got by saying almost nothing, yet I know exactly what's going on. Like there are some puzzles that I was able to solve even though there was no explanation or this doesn't work or that item doesn't work. Like you play you like let's I'm trying to think of something. It's a little flustered here because this game is really good. Like when I play Monkey Island, right? Gripers say I can't do that, I can't pick that up, I can't do that. In this game, you just know it's not going to work. You cannot take a box of crayons and throw it at your brother's head to wake him up. No, you have to. The game tells you in its visuals and its audio cues, particularly its audio cues, that something is working or not working.
Yep. And it shows little hints with the art style too. It'll have like little thought bubbles that come out that have little like diagrams or just like silhouettes of what you need to do.
Yeah, like it's a plan. Exactly, like you plan. Like there's a sound cue for a plan, and and we go a little more about the music of the game. The music of the game sounds pretty good. It's like a ba da ba ba da ba. It's like it carries you along well. It's very relaxing, even at its most stressful moments. Like it matches the tempo of the mood. I would say.
Yeah, I think overall it just everything just fits well in the style that they're going for with this game.
Yeah,
The music and the aesthetics work really hand in hand to get you the atmosphere it wants you to have.
yeah, and with that, I feel like like maybe a 5 or a 4. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, yeah, I'd probably give it a 5 too.
Yeah.
Just because
All
it's
right.
very unique in how it does it, and I really appreciate when they do go the extra mile to make their audio unique.
Cool. And I guess we gotta talk about the core of it since it's a point click game, the gameplay. Alright, the gameplay of this game can be played through, you can play it on a keyboard, you could play it on a mouse, you could play it with a controller. So that's thumbs up for me.
Yeah, you have a lot of options.
There have a lot of options. I think that this gameplay is one of the better point click games for people who don't play point click games, and even those who are veterans of it. This is something I would recommend to people who have never played point click games or may have an interest in it. Basically, the puzzles aren't aggravating. I played a lot of point click games and I have been aggravated by a lot of puzzles. Personally, recently I played Grim Fandango and I was aggravated at the safe puzzle, or some call the tumbles, where you have to make sure you line up the safe properly and then put your scythe to lock in the door and then you can open the door. That is aggravating. Okay, never felt that anywhere here. Even the first puzzle we played that was a little bit on the harder side, the checker puzzle. I never felt like screw this, you know.
Yeah, honestly, I think the only puzzle that I'd say that we had even a close to aggravating time was like the clock locks, and that was just because we couldn't see what we were actually touching.
Yeah, that was true. That was a bit up there as well. And even like the puzzle that's in the second part of the gameplay, you should have checked it out. Is the bear line puzzle? Once we realized it was kind of shoots and ladders, and once we learned the bear's range of where he can attack you, straightforward. You just gotta use your brain cells. I feel the puzzles in this game are very innovative, but not difficult. They're innovative but fair.
Yeah, I don't want to necessarily call them simple as much as I just want to call them as a puzzle that isn't like difficult, but it is challenging in a satisfying way.
Right. And all the puzzles that we've done so far that we played seems like they fit in the logic of the action that's happening, and they fit in the logic of the world of the thing that's there. It doesn't feel like cartoon. Like, this is obviously a cartoon, but the term I use, cartoon or moon logic, where it's outside the realm of what's going on.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic considering how like the premise is them just lost in play kind of deal, but
Yeah,
they still
exactly.
have their own like set of logic.
Exactly. Like, a perfect example of a moon logic puzzle would be in Randall's Monday, you need to put the pen in a warm cup of alcohol to make it work instead of using a lighter or fire to light up a pen like normal people would in order to scribble something. That's a bit out there. It's a bit like that. That's outside the realm of what not only think, as well as the items you had in your inventory at the time to use it.
Yeah, I mean, I've totally have put all my point pens in coffee to make them work.
Exactly. See, yeah, something like that. Like, it's too quirky in a way, but that's what I consider like moon or cartoon slash moon logic, where it's like what. I never really had that what feeling doing like any of the puzzles in this game so far. That's about it. Another thing I think I liked this game, gameplay wise, is it controls smoothly on all three control types: keyboard, pad, and mouse. Like, it's really good.
Yeah, it's just a really well polished game, to be honest.
Yeah. Another good thing about the gameplay to point out is that, to put it politely, or at least well, is that I believe, let's go. So, in point click games, there are essentially three functions in a point click game. You look at an object, you can pick up an object, you can combine an object, right? In
Yep.
this game, you usually just pick up objects or look at them, and then if it auto combines, it automatically auto combines automatically for you. So it takes that part out of the equation for you. A perfect example is, as Scott mentioned earlier, the clock puzzle. Once we got the battery, the turner, and what was the last one we needed? It was a battery, turner, and a
Was the last thing.
screwdriver.
The screwdriver, yeah.
Yeah. Once we had it, it just combined it, and we clicked the clock, and it was easy. We didn't have to go like manually, like, put it all together.
Yeah, it just did it for us, luckily.
Exactly. The same thing with the I would call it the monster box. Once you got the cardboard, the crayons, and I think you needed the scissors.
Yeah, the scissors.
Yeah, once that was together, you just created it automatically. It was done. You just had to activate the item and you got it.
Which I think helps because I know sometimes it can be a little stressful when you think you have everything, but you don't. So you'll be like trying to combine it manually, and it'll just be like, nope. So it's
Right.
nice that this game doesn't really need to do that because it just does it automatically.
Exactly. Which can be difficult for people playing point click games because that's the combination aspect of item inventory management can be difficult, especially if you got all the pieces and you're missing one part. It just throws the whole puzzle out, the whole category, and you just head desking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I know how that feels.
yep. That's a lot of my gameplay when I forget some puzzles in my point click games.
Brute force this puzzle.
Brute force the puzzle, yeah, punch it. Another thing I also think this game does really well is from a gameplay aspect is there's also for those who may not know how to play point click game or have the troubles, there is a hint icon or hint action. You can use the hint action to help you, so and there is no penalty using the hint system. It doesn't really like lock you down of like taking away achievements for you in some capacity, as I looked up so far. So if you're somehow stuck in the game, can't solve it, there is a hint system that can help you if you want to use it. So I think that's fine.
Yeah. Just note the only thing you will lose is your pride and dignity.
Yeah, and if you're streaming, everyone will laugh at you. So let you know that. Yeah,
Yeah, that does give you some engagement though, so that's a plus.
that's a plus. Yes. Yeah. Everyone laugh at Getselious. He couldn't solve the basic clock puzzle. Nerd, nerd. Yeah, that's gonna be great. But
And
on
they could just make you silent the whole time.
exactly, yeah. I'm just like, don't let me see you cry, old boy. That's gonna be me. But honestly, though, I give the gameplay a solid, like, it's not the greatest, but I was able to run smoothly, so I have to give it a 4. It's it's simplistic and it works, but it doesn't reinvent the wheel. I think that's why I will give it a 4. You anything else you feel about that?
Yeah, that's exactly how I was feeling. Was a 4.
Yeah, it's this is not like it doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it does everything so smoothly. So it's kind of like this is the way, like how to put this. Hey, Lost in Play, you're the new standard how I feel about point click games. You're like the new standard how I feel about it. You know,
Good job.
good job, you did it. Yeah. So now it's time for us to come with our final score of the game, and the final score is overall, even with like there's minor grievances I would have with the game, so minor I don't even like, but I have to give it a 5. This is just a solid game. How about you,
Yeah,
Scott?
I'd say a 5. This is definitely one of those extremely polished, extremely personality type point and click games.
Yeah,
And it's not just point and click because there's like puzzles that have you do other things as well.
yeah, exactly. There's a lot of interesting puzzles. They're innovative. There's several puzzle type mini games from playing card game. You could play a card type game. There's the checker one. The only thing I wish they can do is that if once you beat the game, you unlock those mini games to play normally. That'd be pretty cool. But it
Yeah, I
is
want
it
to
is.
practice that checkers over and over again until I
I
can do it in
do.
4 moves.
Yeah, I actually would like to do that. Like that was ac- that was actually super fun. And that AI, look, you guys, you devs. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you cheated. Okay, hear me out. The yeah, you guys are happy juice. I think you cheated. Okay, the CPU can move backward and forward infinitely to our. That's BS. Come on, man. I had him. I had him.
Not until he then decided to go around and back and then back forward again.
Exactly what I was. While me, the not smart player, moved the piece the wrong way. I'm just kidding. But honestly, though, I think this game is like solid. This is a point and click game I recommend for people who love this art style, just looking at it, and for people who are new to point and click games, even veterans. I think this is a point and click game that anyone at any skill level can enjoy, and I think that's why I give it a perfect score.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Yep.
This game is definitely one that's going to be one for the ages.
Yep.
But it's still going to be underrated because it's not Elden Ring.
I mean, technically speaking, they're both maidenless, right? Does that
Not
count?
wrong.
Yeah. As well as you want to put it together. So I had to look it up. I did not know these characters had names. I just called them boy or girl or brother or sister. Apparently, their names are Toto and Gal. So I'm assuming Toto is the boy. I think all he really wanted to do is play Mega Man.
That is all he wanted to do. He wanted to get all of his Mega Man Battle Network stuff sorted, so he
Yeah,
could get and transfer it to the next one.
living his dream, saving the net space. Then his sister decided to get him trapped in a mystical realm with a cardboard box and some crayons. That's how that stuff
Almost like
works.
Mega Man.
Almost like almost like. Oh man. But honestly, though, please check this game out. It is available on. God, I think it's available on Steam. I believe it's available. It's available on Steam. Just look also. I think it's available on console as well. I don't think so, right?
I know it's available on Switch. I don't know if it's unavailable the other consoles though.
Yeah. All right. So you Nintendo guys out there, play some point and click games, okay? You would like it, all right?
Hopefully,
It,
it has touchscreen controls. No.
oh no, oh no, I don't think it's possible. No, I think it's just only on Switch and Steam right now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
maybe.
that's the two right now.
But honestly, though, please check it out. It's a really fun game. You could check out a playthrough of it on the channel. I think you'll like the content there. You'll like it here. And with that out the way, that is our take on Lost in Play, a fantastically animated point-and-click game that hits all the right notes. And I guess that's it. Unless you have anything more to add, Scott.
All I can say is it's an extremely polished game, and I highly recommend it.
You highly recommend it. All right. And without the way, thank you guys for checking out the video. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well, be notified next time we go live. Like the video, and let us know what you think if you play this game. Do you think we're off key? Do you think it isn't perfect? Do you think that I won that checker match fair and square from the last video? This part 2. Just check that out. If you think I didn't, then I think you should take that with my lawyer. But with that, we'll see you guys in the next one, and enjoy and have a good one.
See ya.